the ghosting rollout, if we click on this one, this is going to cover the basic idea that if you want a tile to have multiple images that present a ghosting effect, meaning that they leave different shades of the same tile behind itself, whether an animation by itself and or a color or a fade, then you can enable ghosting option for it. The ghosting can be enabled, and then you can set a number of images that follow after it. You have a spacing amount, meaning that is it going to be creating the image directly after this image wherever it was last, or do you have it spacing so that it's every 2 or 3, whether in terms of like milliseconds, or are you saying every other it starts to create them. You have an alpha fluctuation that you can enable, which then you can do an override on it to choose the amount value for it. The alpha amount that you want to use for it, what you'll notice is that you can actually change the value for it. So if you start to go a little less or more, you'll be able to see that you're actually affecting how far and how long does it take before it becomes completely transparent. Along with that, you have a ghosting depth, meaning is it going to be making itself in front of the image during gameplay, or behind the image, or on the same. You have the color option, so if you want to choose to use the exact same as the color itself, then you may want, like as a, for instance with this one is currently white for the image that we have right here, which means if we want it to be the same, then we may want to choose this one. However, if you want to have it like if they're running really fast and you want to change it to a red state or to a different color state, then you may want to change it through this. Again, the other options for this is that you have the hue, saturation, brightness. If you set your options through here, you can also adjust it so that if you wanted to do a solid black, you could do that. Same thing, you could set it for the the red, green, and blue channels right here. You could set those for black as well, just by changing all those to 0. Alright, that's going to be the basic setup for the ghosting element. And this is going to be pretty consistent across all the tiles except for player. Player will just simply have it more in-depth in terms of every state that it can or can't be into a ghosting state.